Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Jeep series of the Rusty Beauties restorations, and this is gonna be the first video of a project in the new Rusty Beauties shop. So far we've been doing some upgrades to the new shop that we moved into, and now for the first time we actually start working on a Rusty Beauty. So as you know, this Jeep has been in the spotlight for a while and we had serious issues with the frame. But already we fixed the front end, the two front corners are done, and as you can see our metal already started getting surface rusted because we had to take it out yesterday and work on one of our daily drivers. So as it was sitting outside, it started raining and all my metal work now is starting to rust. But that's perfectly fine, we're gonna rust convert it before we start painting it and then assembling it. So this corner, that corner and the rear right corner are completed from all the welding and everything. But this is the only corner where we still have to do some work on the frame. So we're gonna start doing that shortly, but first we have to remove again the gas tank, which we put temporarily so we can drive the Jeep out of the garage and back in. Now we're done with that, so we're gonna take the gas tank out again. It should take not more than 2 minutes. We're gonna take this wheel off, we're gonna put it on jack stands, and then we're gonna continue repairing. But as I was going through my old footage here to see where I left off in my previous video, I realized that I actually done some work on this side in my workplace. So first I'm gonna show you that footage, and then we're gonna continue working on it here in this shop. So let's travel 2 months back in time. Hey guys, welcome back to the Rusty Beauties channel, and today we're gonna be working again on the 1994 Jeep YJ, which we've been tackling lately, and we've been working on the frame. So you know, we repaired the front end of the frame, we repaired in the previous video this part of the frame, this corner, which was, I think this was the worst one out of all four, because from here all the way back it was really missing. Only the top of the frame was still standing there to show where actually the frame needs to be. And yeah, we repaired it and I'm really happy with it. So today we're gonna work on the other side, and that's the last one that we need to tackle. And this one is not in such a bad shape. It is in a bad shape, but if I'm saying that this is not such a bad shape, imagine what a bad shape means for the other side, right? Anyways, now we're gonna repair this one today, but I'm not gonna show all the details. I mean, I'm still gonna show you how I'm repairing it, but I'm not gonna go into very deep details because I already repaired the other side and there's a very detailed video about that one. So if you want to see in details how this repair was done, you can go and watch that video. I'm gonna put a link here. You can also go and watch the Tabo Customs detailed installation videos about those repair kits that we're using in this restoration here. So let's get crack-locking. Alright, so this has been cleaned up already. I used the needle scaler and I cleaned it pretty well. So we determined where the solid part of the metal is and where the metal is really bad and needs to be cut out. So we're gonna see if we can remove this body mount. Looks like this is not in a great shape either. Here on the other side it's completely missing. Anyways, we're gonna see what we're gonna do here. For now we're gonna focus on the frame. We'll see about that later. So I already removed the shackle, and even though it looks solid here around the shackle tube, we're gonna replace it because look, the frame is distorted already here, which means that it is weak. So we're gonna cut most of it again, and we're gonna do what we did on the other side. We're gonna patch from here all the way to the back. At least on the inside the damage is not that far like on the other side. Probably the kit that we got from Tabo Customs is gonna be just enough for here. So I tried to undo the body mount and the bolt snapped. I don't know what was holding it because I don't even see anywhere fresh metal that snapped. Everything was corroded. Anyways, so the body mount is not there, and now we're gonna have to also get rid of this part here. Okay, so I wire wheeled a little bit here so I can make a mark where the kit is gonna go, because I don't want to lose it later. So now I can line up the shackle tube with the hole of the repair kit, and I can mark now where exactly the kit is going. So that's gonna be my guide, because soon I'm gonna lose all that. Now I want to cut all the rust out, including the shackle tube, and then we're gonna start building our new box for the frame. I put this jack here, so that opens a little bit of room here so I can work around it. Okay, sorry guys, you fell off the tripod. So I don't know how far you were with me, so hopefully you saw most of it, but if not, this is what I cut out completely, and we're not gonna use it at all. Now from here we can start assembling our repair kit, which is gonna be something like that. Okay, and now because we marked it, we know exactly where it goes, right? This was a little bit lower, like a 1/16 of an inch lower, we said. So that's how it was. But anyways, we're done for now, because I've been working all day on the other side. I just finished that video and I wanted to start a little bit with this one, but I'm done for today. So I'm gonna be back tomorrow, but for you, it's gonna be really fast. And boom, just like that, it is 2 months later. And we are in a different shop. We're just in the same YouTube channel and we're working on the same car. So that's the same. Anyways, you know guys what happened. We moved into a new shop. You've seen the video, so we're not gonna go into details. The thing is, now I don't remember exactly what we've done here, so I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna assemble it again, and then we're gonna start tucking it in place. And if you remember, on the other side when we did it, we actually tucked the parts together, but then we were able to slide them out and finish welding them together out of the Jeep, and then we were able to slide them back in and weld them to the frame. So we're gonna attempt to do the same thing here now. Alright, I'm forgetting something here. First we had to install the washers here in the hose, remember? Yeah, forgot about that. That we're on the inside of the 2 walls, so we're gonna weld these now, and for this we're gonna use our Lincoln Electric 180 welder. Finally, I pulled it out of the box after, I'm not sure, I think 3 years after I purchased it. Finally, I was able to pull it out, put it on my improvised welding cart, which I'm gonna have to work on a little bit and improve it a little bit, but for now it is perfectly fine. The gas cylinder is sitting there, it's strapped, it's supported by some wood underneath, but it is secure, believe me, it is secure. So finally we are able to start welding. I actually already used the welder a week ago, I think, on my children's ATV. It was an engine mount broke, so I had to weld it, and the welder works fantastic. So now we are ready to start using it for some real work. So I centered these pretty much, and this is how they go, right? You have to make sure they are not on the wrong side. They have to be on the inside of the square tube that we are making. And that's how they go. Still not familiar with the settings on this welder, but we're gonna figure it out. So, set the settings, but eventually I did do it right. So on the second one I did a little bit better than the first one, but yeah, it's gonna take me time now to get used to this welder. I'm used to our bigger welders at work where we use 0.60 wire. This is 25 wire. As I said before, when I use one of these home welders, I feel like I'm using a pencil after I've been using a big wide paintbrush to write a letter, let's say. Anyways, so it's gonna take me time to get used to this welder, but eventually it's gonna happen. So these are welded. Now we're gonna grind them, since it is easier to do it now because I welded them on the outside but also welded the inside here. So now we have to make sure we don't have any sputters there. Alright, so we set them back where they were with the washers welded this time. Here exactly on the mark that we made before we cut all the rust out. So we know that this is exactly where this part goes. And then the one on the inside, I lined up with the one on the outside. And now we can put this shackle tube here. Like that, and we can weld it as much as we can here. I also put, this is the bottom piece, but I just put it there for my width because that's exactly how much I want this to be spread apart. So now once we tuck the shackle tube in place, we're gonna put this bottom part, we're gonna put it where it belongs. We're gonna tuck that in place too. We're gonna take it out, we're gonna weld it, and then we're gonna put everything back inside and we're gonna weld it on the frame. Alright, so I tucked the shackle tube and I just tucked the bottom plate here in the two corners, and now we can start lifting it up here and closing that gap and welding it as we're going. In the meantime, I'm gonna have to be very careful not to move this because this is supposed to stay where it is, and right now it's only held by these vice grips here and by this clamp, which is squeezing it together around the top of the frame. Alright, now we can take it out. I hope. Let's see if we can still take it out. There you go. There you go. So now we can finish welding it here inside, everywhere. We can weld all this and all this, and then here outside. Then we're gonna grind it again. Then we're gonna be able to put it in and weld it in place. Okay, doesn't look bad. finally I got somewhat the settings okay on the welder, so everything is welded now, inside, outside. So I'm just gonna grind it a little bit again here and clean all the splatter inside, and we're ready to mount it on the frame. Okay, I ground it down, it's as good as it can be, and now let's see how we're gonna put it back in. Fits like a glove. All right, it's all welded everywhere on the outside and also on the inside. So now it's time to focus on the rear end. We're gonna have to put here, you remember how on this side we put this plate with a bolt on it and those two wings, and there's some supports here inside. So we're gonna have to do the same thing here. I lost the plate that was here. It was very rusted, so I wasn't gonna put it back, but at least for measurements for the position of the bolt I needed it. But now I need to take measurements from here. All right, I took measurements and I built this thing that comes here at the end. That's more or less where it needs to go. Again, I'm not too concerned about the perfect position of this nut because I can always play a little bit with the hole on the fiberglass. This nut is there to hold the fiberglass bumper, which I can always adjust if I need to. Alright, and now the last thing is to install these same wings on that side, and they are to hold this piece that we built and also that piece, of course, which has the same holes here to match those. So these already match the big piece, so we're gonna bolt it here on this side, and then we're gonna position our wings, those wings over there, and we're gonna weld them. Okay, I have them bolted here loosely so I can adjust them, and now we're gonna position it up there. I need to make it stay like this. Maybe I can just tuck it here. Yeah. And now I can go underneath and weld them in place. Alright, so these are welded, and now we can put this back. And whenever we are ready, we can weld it here. And we're gonna be ready also with the rear cross member. However, we have something else to do, which is gonna be in the next video. So we're gonna fix this area here and this area here, and after that we can start maybe assembling this as well. And before we put the gas tank in, we're gonna also deal with the brake lines, because I think we're gonna change them all. We know that this brake line here is leaking, so this needs to be changed for sure to here, but since we're gonna be doing that, I guess we should change them all. But that's gonna be in future videos. I think we're gonna cut this one here because we are ready with this last fourth corner of the frame as well. And with that, I think we should call it a video, because we have one more corner done of the frame, and the only thing that's left is the cross member in front of the gas tank. So we're gonna do that in the next video. So again, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for commenting and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.